Hello, my name is Valerie. Thank you for joining me today. If you've been watching my channel lately, you know I've been doing a series of videos on ideas for using the 5 in a Row series of books in a homeschool co-op setting. I'm on my third book so far, and this week we're covering Mike Mulligan and his steam shovel. My class is grades 1 to 3, and I scour the internet to try to find activities and crafts that will go along with each of the stories that we've done. So this week, as I mentioned, it's this book by Virginia Lee Burton, written a long time ago, about a steam shovel. And nowadays, everything is gasoline powered. You don't see construction equipment that is steam powered. So if you're doing this at home with your children, that would be a great science topic to talk about steam power and steam locomotives and how all of that came about. But we didn't have time to cover all that. We just enjoyed the story. Most of the time, we start each class with everyone gathering in a semicircle, and I read the story to them. And then we go from there back to our table and we do some different activities. This week was super simple. I had to go to one website to get all of the activities that we did, and that is wonderful. I wish this lady that I got the materials from, and I will definitely link that below in the description box. I wish she did all of the 5 in a Row books, but she doesn't. Unfortunately, she's done some of the before 5 in a Row books, but not the volume 1 5 in a Row. So, I'm disappointed because she put together some great material. So you can follow the link on Teachers Pay Teachers. I believe it was $3 and something to get this download, and then of course I just made copies for my class. My favorite thing was this printable excavator, I think is what it is, and I had my son put one together for me so I could show my class. My 9-year-old did this, so he colored it and cut it out, and there's little dotted lines. It's pretty simple cutting, nothing too difficult or minute, and then you take these brass fasteners and you make it where it will bend and it will actually work. So that took up the majority of our time, which was fine. It gave them practice in coloring and cutting and all of that. Then I made up these packets for them to take home. All of this is from that printable site that I told you about from Teachers Pay Teachers. Simply Schoolgirl is actually the lady who designed it. There's this maze, Help Mike Mulligan Find Mary Ann, and this is just a fraction of what's included in the printable. There's a dot-to-dot of the excavator that we cut out. There is a construct your own town hall. You color it, cut it out, and then you can cut it out and fold it and glue it, and this is what it looks like. You cut it all out after you color it and glue it up together, and you have constructed your own town hall. And then there was this coloring page, which is just a scene from the book. And we also we didn't do all of this in class. I had to send these papers home because we ran out of time to do everything. The last thing, which I love, is this is Mary Ann and this is Mike, and you color them and cut them out again. You can see that the cutting is not too difficult. Second graders can easily do this. Then you use craft sticks. You glue those on, and you make puppets. So I colored mine to look just like the book looks. So they can play, act out the story, tell the story, and have their own Mike and Mary Ann. I loved that. So all of those things had to be sent home. So hopefully they'll get to do those, on their own and remember the story as the week goes by. While they were doing the cutting and coloring of the excavator that we had with the brass fasteners, I did a couple of activities with them that I got from that same printable download. First of all, I made copies of some sheets and I enlarged them. These would be very small if you actually just printed them out from her original download. So I took them to a copier and enlarged them. And so these different words, there's a bunch of them. Book, this one says Mike, dig, corner, a picture of Mary Ann. Then there was some fish, couch. And so what we did is, as I held up the cards and read the words, I had two places that they could sort them. Was it not in the story or was it in the story? So I would hold up square and I would say, was that in the story or was it not in the story? And I had them these little signs set out in front of me on the table, and they told me which category. If it wasn't in the story, then we put it on one side, and if it was, we put it on the other. So this told me if they were listening, and they got all of them right. Everybody remembered which ones were in the story. Some were pretty obvious, but it was very, very good activity. Then the last one is one that I also had to blow up. This is just normally, this would be an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and there's more on the page. So I blew it up, and what it is, it's got missing letters. So you can see here, we've already completed it obviously, but the V was missing. And I said, who can tell me what letter was missing? And I had some choices. I had these already cut out. And they didn't even need to see the choices. A lot of them said V, it should be shovel. And so then I used double-sided tape, and I just quickly taped it on. And so in the word steam, the S was missing. In dig, the D was missing. And in square, the Q was missing. And they helped me spell those words out. So that was an activity that they did while they were cutting and coloring. It was something that they could, some kids got done a little faster than others, so it filled the time up a little bit. But if I needed more to do, we could have then gone to do the maze or something else. So this week was really easy and really fun, thanks to the website Teachers Pay Teachers. I've talked about them. That was my very first video for this channel, was about some things that I found on Teachers Pay Teachers. It's a great website. I really love Simply Schoolgirl, and from looking around just her page on the Teachers Pay Teachers website, she has lots of material that I think would be very helpful for homeschooling moms out there. So check her out. Thank you so much for watching, for taking time to view this today. I hope it was a help. If you haven't subscribed, I would love for you to do that. If you have any questions or suggestions for me, I'd love to hear those too, so leave them for me in the comments. Thanks so much, and have a great day.